When Josh was convicted on CP charges, many breathed a sigh of relief, hoping that we had seen the last of the serial predator. Sadly, that has not turned out to be the case. Josh was handcuffed and taken to jail the moment his verdict was announced, but his days in court are far from over. The 34-year-old is currently being held in solitary confinement in a jail in Fayetteville, Arkansas, but the arrangement is only temporary. Josh's sentencing hearing is scheduled for April 5th, at which time a judge will decide his fate, and he'll be sent to the federal prison that will serve as his home for the next several years. There's a lot at stake for the disgraced former reality, and not only because he's facing up to 20 years behind bars. The judge will also decide where Josh serves his time. Since he was convicted in federal court, he could be sent anywhere in the U.S., and since his wife, Anna Duggar, probably can't afford to relocate with the couple's 7 kids, getting locked up anywhere other than Arkansas would probably mean a very lonely sentence for Josh. With so much on the line, we suppose it's not surprising that Josh and his lawyers are attempting to draw the process out even longer by requesting that the sentencing hearing be postponed. In documents filed this week, Josh's attorneys explained that the delay would provide additional time to pursue additional information and documentation. Lawyers claim that they've had difficulty finding time to meet with their client due to COVID precautions at the jail where he's currently being housed. The legal team claim that it's been more difficult scheduling meetings with Duggar than during ordinary times. It added that scheduling issues from unrelated cases would be more easily resolved if they were able to postpone Josh's sentencing. The request will probably be granted, which is bad news for any victims who were hoping to get this all over with. The sentencing is likely to bring up some uncomfortable emotions, as the judge will hear a victim impact statement, as well as comments from friends and family who will plead for a light sentence. And sadly, even when that's all over with, it won't be the last we see of Josh in court. Duggar's attorneys started work on his appeal immediately after his verdict was rendered. They have not yet been granted a second trial, but it seems almost certain that they will be. It's unclear when that trial will get underway, but legal experts say opening arguments would probably begin before the end of 2022. So yeah, the sight of Josh's smug mug entering a courtroom will continue to be a familiar one in the year to come. Hopefully, justice will be served eventually. But we can't help but think the legal system is failing Josh's victims by allowing the process to take so incredibly long. We'll have further updates on this still developing story as more information becomes available.